Folks, David here on the Vintage Future once again, and today I want to talk about something that's called bloom. See this white stuff right here? Right at the top of the shaft, this collar of this shell cordovan boot that I have. If you didn't know any better, and this has happened to me before until someone told me, so I wanted to tell you guys in case anyone doesn't know. If you were to see this for the first time and not know what it is, you might freak out. You might be like, oh my goodness, like the surface finish is like baked or it's crystallizing or something got on it, like there's a chemical on it, or maybe is this mold? What is this, you know? You would kind of freak out. But not to worry, this is completely normal with Horween shell cordovan and Chrome XL from the same tannery, and also some other tannages from different tanneries around the world. All this is the wax coming to the surface. So, and my source for what I'm about to say is Phil from Ashland Leather. Highly recommend that company. He worked for the Horween tannery for 14 years. There's an interview with him on my channel. You can check it out. He's a fantastic guy. And the company that sells the wallets and all that, Ashland Leather, that he started with his friend Dan. That's a great company. So anyways, he's the source for this. But this leather, this shell cordovan and Chrome XL were created by the Horween tannery decades and decades ago as self-nourishing leathers. In other words, they'll hydrate themselves as time goes on with all the fats, waxes, and oils that they're impregnated with in the tanning process. They're just pumped full of fats, waxes, and oils when they're being tanned, so that as the boot or the wallet or whatever it is goes through its lifespan, it's continually nourishing itself. Doesn't mean you don't need to condition it. It just means that it's that much more resilient to the elements and to drying out, especially if you use it a lot. You could set it in a drawer for a couple decades and it will kind of nourish itself, but it's especially if you're like using these boots, and as you move around, the leather is flexing, it's moving, it's bending, and it's pushing those fats, waxes, and oils around inside the leather to keep it hydrated and to keep it healthy. So that's the beauty of these, and all you have to do to bring a shine back or to bring health back to these is just start brushing them. And so when you see this is actually a good sign. Like, I get excited if I see a boot that has a ton of wax coming out of it, because I'm like, dude, this means my boots are made from really healthy cuts of leather, because there's tons of wax in there and plenty for years to come. Doesn't mean it's bad if you don't get wax, but if I see a lot of wax, a lot of bloom, I get excited about that. I'm like, yeah, these things are going to last a long time. These things are good to go. And wax is a good thing. If you think about it, like I said, there's wax in there already, but that's what you're putting onto it when you use Venetian shoe cream or Saphir Renovateur or all these other ones. Like, wax is a very common ingredient in those. So you got to think, if we all feel the need to put wax onto these and wax is coming out of these, I mean, that's a good sign, right? So anyways, what do I do about this though? Well, if you want to wear these and you don't like the look of it, you can just kind of like rub it off with your finger. You know, see how that's like goes away? Or take a brush like this and you just brush it off. See? I've already done it. Yeah, so it's almost just this really superficial thing. And I could do this for another like 5 minutes and it would just get really, really shiny, because that's wax, you know? So if you brush wax, it's going to get shinier. But yeah, see, it's all gone now. So that's it. That's how you deal with bloom. Yeah, not to worry. You see bloom? Be happy, because it's a good thing. That is bloom. Hope that you enjoyed this and you learned something. I know before I learned that, I always wish there was a video explaining it. So that's just a really simple video showing you what's up. Take care, guys.